Hi, welcome to With YB Show. You are with me, Yuan, and today I'll be your host. So now we move on to something about you.
Yeah.
Can you share your experience as a parliamentary member at a very young age of 36?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful to CM Abang Jo actually that put some trust to me. As you know, I said I refuse to believe this leadership is natural born or inherit from your parents or grandparents. My background is not from political family. My father is just a ordinary man who work 8 to 5. My mom is a full-time housewife. I'm the only family in the family that involved in politics. I'm very lucky when Abang Jo decided to choose me as a youngest candidate for PBB on that time. As far as you know, it's not easy for some young people can be terpilih or elected as members of parliament. Maybe during this PRU 14s, actually we have a lot of below 40 and below 30. In Sarawak also we have a more younger actually from DAP, from Pakatan Harapan, that is Yang Berhormat Bandar Kuching. I'm very close to him. We share a lot of same vision, same sentiment on the youth and Sarawak. But as a young member of parliament from the government side, this is a good things to inspire the young people. I myself feel that when I become a young member of parliament, there's a lot of young people start to dream that this is possible to be a young leader at the young age. Maybe all this time people look at this, all the YB is older generation, tua-tua, yang like people, I call it schema. But Abang Jo tried to prove that when he feel the young people, I can deliver it. That's why I said leadership is not just about showing yourself as a leader, but to show, to prove the people, to inspire the people to follow your success story. I'm a success story as a young member of parliament. I manage myself in the parliament to portray myself someone that champion a few issues, very focusing issues. For example, issues on sekolah daif, dilapidated schools. That is very serious issues. I even get angry to our ex-minister of education, Yang Berhormat Dr. Mazli at that time, when he mentioned about this 1 billion is a gift because the love to Sarawak. I feel very upset to that word. It's not a gift. It's actually Sarawak money, rakyat money, that we give to federal government to build our own school. And then recently, I have a big quarrel to MP Kota Kinabalu. You can check in the Facebook. It's regarding on when I asked about 1/3 seat in the parliament, and then he start to point that what Sarawakian, especially GPS, will do if I have this appoint as a chairman of GLCs or agencies. So I just give some angry answer to him. And then as a young member of parliament, there's a lot of things you need to do. You don't have, you cannot, you need to show some passion, empathy, a vision, and must take action, do the action. Actually, action is most important. I mean, like you go to the ground, listen to the people. I was very lucky because I was trained by my late MP to listen more. Go to the ground, feel the sentiment. When take the action, when people needs, you cannot promise star and the moon. People said bulan dan bintang. You must be sincere to yourself. Yes, you can do this. No, I cannot do, especially on the financial term. Okay, there's a lot of people coming to my Pusat Hikmat, my service center. I have two service center to cater my parliamentarian constitution, especially in Bekenu and here in Taman Tungku. So a lot of people coming to here. Some of the people need some financial aids, but I cannot give everything to them, but I will matching to them and will contact Jabatan Kebajikan, or for the Muslim I will contact to the Baitumal, or for the non-Muslim maybe they are under Anglican Church or Methodist Church or Catholic Church. I try to get this some NGOs to help if I cannot afford to give these financial aids. At the same times, also, I will consistently talk about this implementation, delivery system of the government. Yesterday, I just went to Rumah Panjang, two Rumah Panjang. They hand over me kebajikan, borang kebajikan. There's about 30 borang. But the problem is this, they've been filled this borang so many times, but they didn't get the financial aid, the social aids, and then there's a lot of issues on school dropouts. I mean, like budak-budak tidak pergi sekolah because they have this financial. So I've been telling you the financial words. That's mean the government needs to look into how to generating income, how to provide works, how to provide job to the people, not just in the bandar, not just in the urban area, but also in the kampungs, in the village, in rumah panjang. The issue is very, very sad. I'm sometimes feel like very ashamed to other young leaders in the parliament actually. Not because I cannot debate like Nurul Izzah or Lembah Pantai or our young leaders like Syed Saddiq, but like the vibrant issues, selling the ideas on, for example, now in the parliament, people talking about gender, talking about mental health issues, talking about some what we call decriminalized drugs. That is the issues that been raised up in the parliaments. But at the same times, I need to talk about jalan, I need to talk about building the bridge, I need to talk about jalan lubang, I need to talk about some orang kampung tidak dapat bantuan. I need to ask, to beg to the government to build some gravel road, something very simple, begging the government to build telecommunication towers. But all these young leaders in the parliament, most of them living in the urban areas, like Syed Saddiq, he no need to talk about building the Tahsil Road, because in Muar everything was there. I even begging to the government to build a futsal, to build a playground for the kids. So there's a lot of things I need to address, but at the same time I need to voice out very serious regarding on our educations. Education is very important. I'm very happy that Abang Jo just announced he will build 5 school, international school, that known as Sarawak School, and one of it will be built in my area, in Baraya area. So I hope this school will have to give the opportunity, especially to the kampung people lah, to have this some good school, provide international level of school. So we're going to melahirkan a new set of student and leader of tomorrow. And one more thing I want to share with you, when you involved in the politics at the young age, you cannot subscribe to money politics. That's why in the parliament, I get myself involved in the so-called caucus of parliament reform and caucus of election reform. My idea is every members of parliament need to receive at least funding for their service center, no matter they are from opposition side or from government side. Because I feel when I was won the election in 2018, I didn't receive any funding for my pusat hikmat. I was worried that time, but very lucky that Abang Joe willing to funding us, to support us, give us some development fund and some funding for our pusat hikmat, so I can hire my volunteers, I can hire my secretary, I can hire my PA, I even hire researcher for that, to do some research work on my debates and question in the parliaments. That is very important for the every MP, especially for the researcher. You cannot be some ahli yang berhormat, just simply go to the parliament asking some simple question, being keep quiet in the parliament, because this is the era of information technologies. People can access to the YouTube, to the live stream. They know how the member of parliament perform, and then you also need to have some a good question that can benefit your voters actually. So this is what I fight. So every MP need to have some same level of service center funding, and then give us 1/3 of the seat of parliament. So then mean we are equal partners, Sabah, Sarawak and Semenanjung. At the same time, we need to learn more lah. Improve ourselves as a member of parliament. This is what benefit me. I can share with you, on the 18 May 2020, I won the seat of SIBUTI. But it's a big surprise for us when Barisan Nasional lose and collapse. Then we decide to form GPS on that time. Because we used to work in the ecosystem of Barisan Nasional on that time. We have the fundings, easy to give away some financial aids, but we are never being a opposition that time. I was the first generation of opposition in PBB. Then I was lucky because in our GPS group, there's a mixture of leaders, seniors, ministers, we have experienced ministers, we have deputy ministers. So our bonding, our relationship become more close. And then during my time in the opposition backbenches, also I always involve a lot engagement with young caucus of member parliament. At the same time also, always advise to the youth, if you want to join the politics, you need to have passion. You need to choose also. Either you want to join PBB, GPS, PH, everything. And then you need to champion and issues. For myself, I start with community service, community activities, sending food basket to the people. Then you know how to understand. At the same time, you need to be healthy. You need to be some integrity, and don't subscribe to money politics at the young age. So, and take action. you need to take action if you want to involve in the politics. You cannot just stay here using the social media, give some videos, acting like you're doing the jobs. That is not the right way to be a politician. So the right way is you need to be honest to yourself, honest to your voters, do some planning. It's okay if you're not picked as leaders at the young age, like my late members of parliament also, he get choose as a member of parliament at the age of 57. So maybe it's not the time, maybe this is my time. So but the bigger challenge for me is to show to the people, not just to the youth, that I will be a leader for everybody, not just a leader for Malay, but a leader for everyone. Chinese, Kedayan, Melanau, orang Ulu, even Indians. I have only 4 Indian voters actually in my kawasan, and also I service the temple in this Taman Tengku. So I try to get as much as I can to reach them through the social media, to my visit to Kampong and Rumah Panjang, and at the same time also I need to balance between urban and rural voters, because the rural voters and urban voters is not the same. That is very important. So that is what the story of 36 years old candidate. Now I'm 38. I'm no longer youth actually, but I will try to inspire youth, because currently government set up the youth age is 30 and below. So my focus now is undi 18, and get as much as I can to the youth to understand they have responsibility to vote and to choose the right government. And then now there's a lot of example around the world. The youth movement is now taking the government. So as for me, that is a sign for me to adapt the scenario and to be relevant to the youth. Yeah.
Alright. So for the conclusion of our discussion, generally, what is your target aim for the people in SIBUTI?
My target in the SIBUTI. Okay. For the developments, I want to turn Berkenu, Batunia, and a part of Lambe as a sustainable living place. To build more houses, affordable housing, for the 3rd and to the 4th generation of the people in SIBUTI. As for the environment issues, I want the government to solve the erosion problem in Kampong Bakam, Bungai, Kuala SIBUTI and Kuala Lajong. It's very serious issues. And then for the economics, I will try to get the financial and the helps from the government, especially the state government, to provide them with opportunity, to provide them with incentive, to build more jalan kebun. Actually, jalan kebun is very important in my area because a lot of people involved in palm oil planting. This palm oil planting is very important to my area because this planting give them a lot of financial benefits actually. Then that's why the price of palm oil is very important. For the past 2 years, you can see the lowest price for kelapa sawit is about 200 plus. People cannot make it. Now it's increased to like 500. There's a lot of smile when you go to Rumah Panjang now. They can smile, they can even serve you kopi or roti, something like that, because they are happy, because the price is good. But this must be turned to something else, not just to spend on buying cars or buying motorcycle to the kids. I want to teach my people to reinvest their money. Managing their financials. There's a lot of problem financial management among the Bumi Putra, and then I will make sure my people will benefit with all the government subsidies, all the government school must be rebuilt, especially the dilapidated school. I'm very proud because during 2019, since I fight it on 2018, starting from 2019, I managed to build about 5 new schools. I have 42 schools in Parlimen SIBUTI, sekolah rendah. Five schools already built under the sekolah daif. Then another 3 schools will build in SK kita Batunia, skim rancangan Sepupok, SK Bulau, SK Keluru. And maybe my target is, if this parliament will go for full term, within 3 years time, at least half school in Parlimen SIBUTI will be rebuilt with the IBS system. And for the people developments, I will focus on solving the drug issues. This is my final message on my area. The drug issues is very serious problem in SIBUTI. This because SIBUTI currently developed with this roads, easy to access to kampung-kampung, because a lot of road being built by the governments. But that is not an issue. The issues is this development being monitored by some gangsters, some drug sellers to sell the drugs to kampung people. I have a record about 100, maybe 200 young kids involved in the drugs. Recently, I went together with AADK around Taman Tengku here. We caught some student at the age of 15, 16 positive in their urine. Even we have some 70 years old grandmother or grandfather caught by the AADK positive in their urines. That is a very serious issues, actually, drugs. Even I bring in my first debate in Parliament in July 2018, there's a few issues that I raise up. One, connectivity. Second is online gambling. Third is drug issues. And drug issues never being solved by the government. We need to address these issues, but at the same time also, we need to change our stigma to the drug users. For me, the drug users having mental health issues. They're taking drug because they have some problem in themselves. So we need to solve, not just sending the drug user to pusat saranti or to the jail, but we need to address their problem, fix them, do some engagements, not just using law to punish them. So maybe that is the way I will handle these drug issues. And especially also, I need to empower women in the rural, because there are a lot of opportunity, especially women in rumah panjang, this auntie, this kampongs. It's not just Iban Melayu, even in Chinese kampong also, women, they need to play a major role in the community. Most of the time also in my program, my big fan is women, you know. So I need to do something for them. Need to enhance the programs, especially specifically for women. So that is what I plan to do currently. I have a lot of ideas. It will come later.
Okay, thank you for being here and sharing your aspiration.
Okay,
thank you.